Page 2 now. Mysterious deaths with ties to the Democrat National Committee. Since DNC emails were leaked a few weeks ago, 3 people connected to the Democrat National Committee have been found dead. DNC staffer Seth Rich, the source of a trove of damaging emails, was shot in the back last month. His death is being investigated as a robbery, even though his wallet, credit cards, and watch were not taken. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange, who posted Rich's emails on his website, is now offering a $20,000 reward for information leading to an arrest.
Whistleblowers go to significant efforts to get us material and often very significant risks. There's a 27-year-old works for the DNC who was shot in the back, murdered just 2 weeks ago for unknown reasons as he was walking down the street in Washington. So
that was just a robbery, I believe, wasn't it?
No, there's no finding. So
what are you suggesting? What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that our sources take risks, and they become concerned to see things occurring like that.
But was he one of your sources then? I mean,
we don't comment on who our sources are.
But why make the suggestion about a young guy being shot in the streets of Washington?
Because we have to understand how high the stakes are in the United States, and that our sources are, our sources face serious risks. That's why they come to us, so we can protect their anonymity.
But it's quite something to suggest a murder. That's basically what you're doing.
Well, others have suggested that. We are investigating to understand what happened in that situation with Seth Rich. I think it is a concerning situation. There's not a conclusion yet. We wouldn't be willing to state a conclusion, but we are concerned about it.
Now, some are speculating that the Clinton campaign is behind the suspicious deaths. Rich may have leaked as many as 20,000 damaging DNC emails to WikiLeaks. And some suspect that powerful allies of Bernie Sanders convinced Rich to leak the data. Joining me now from upstate New York, political consultant and former advisor and campaign manager for Bill Clinton, Dick Morris. Dick, do you find this at all a little suspicious? I keep getting bombarded with emails and people on Facebook posting articles wanting me to investigate this. What do you think?
I find it suspicious, and I find it personally alarming. So let me just tell everybody I am not in the least bit suicidal, and I do not hunt. So if you find any stories about my body being recovered, you know what's going on. I think this is very, very suspicious. Remember, Watergate started with the burglary, and the Assange's comment basically says that Seth Rich was the guy who leaked the DNC emails that blew up Hillary's convention and led to Debbie Wasserman Schultz being forced out. That's a huge thing. He can't say so, but he came very close to saying so. And then that source was murdered 2 or 3 weeks before the Democratic convention, shot in the back in Washington. That is very, very suspicious. Bears investigating. And really, maybe you can't put anything beyond these people.
Well, and Sean Lucas, he's the Bernie Sanders supporter who posted that video on YouTube that you got served, and that was to Debbie Wasserman Schultz. So he was found dead in his bathroom. He's only 38 years old. I actually reached out to his girlfriend, Savannah, on social media, but she didn't respond to me. They had a GoFundMe page, so that's how I found her name. But pretty, it is very odd. They don't have a reason for his death now. They're still investigating. But a young man connected to the DNC, rather suspicious.
Wow. Wow. Because all I can say is wow.
Yeah, and then we had a man named John Ash as well. He has a connection to the DNC. And then there was another man named Victor Thorne. This is a fourth person. Victor Thorne, he wrote several books exposing the Clintons, and he supposedly committed suicide on his birthday, on his 54th birthday.
Well, I don't know about that stuff, but I do believe that this murder in the streets of Washington is well worth investigating. Now, of course, this comes at a time and a day when there is, for the first time, a clear connection and a closed loop in the operations of the Clinton Foundation. Because on Tuesday, there was an email released that shows a member of Bill Clinton's staff contacting a member of Hillary's staff, asking for a favor for a donor to the Clinton Foundation. The favor was a meeting with the U.S. ambassador to Lebanon. And the guy who was asking for the favor is a money laundering guy who was fined $66 million by the Swiss government when he was convicted of money laundering. And he donated $5 million to Clinton's foundation and pledged $1 billion to the Clinton Global Initiative. And here we have him contacting Doug Band, Bill's chief of staff. Band then sends an email to Uma and Cheryl Mills, Hillary's staff, saying, please set up this meeting. Then Uma writes back, I put it in motion. And Band writes back, it's urgent, deal with it right now, use the phone, to set it up. So that is a closed loop, the pay for play. The pay was the $5 million. The play was the meeting with the Lebanese ambassador. And when Hillary says, I wasn't involved in that, that's nonsense. Doug Band wouldn't do anything without Bill Clinton telling him to. And Uma Abedin wouldn't do anything without Hillary Clinton telling her to. And if they did, they committed felonies.
Yeah, I'm wondering how the Clinton campaign will react to the latest emails that we all now know about. I mean, this pay to play is a very common theme that we hear about the Clintons, dating back for many, many decades. And if you had a chance to watch the movie Clinton Cash, I mean, the fact that they use disasters to try to make money and there's a clear trail there is very disturbing. And I just wanted to make another quick point. Obviously, I don't want to accuse the Clintons of these deaths. But, again, this is something that needs to be investigated. But there's a lot of people that have been tracking people that had connections to the Clintons since the 90s that had mysteriously died. They call it the Clinton body count.
I get emails from people all the time saying, watch your back. Be careful when you start your car in the morning. I thank them for their concern. But I think that all of this publicity about Hillary's emails and getting back into that subject, and also Trump's discipline lately in staying on target with his message, I think are producing a turnaround in this race. There's a Bloomberg poll out today that shows that Hillary, who had led in that poll by 11 points, now leads by only 4.
Yeah, I hope Americans wake up, Democrats and independents and conservatives that aren't supporting Trump. I hope they see what the Clintons are up to. I mean, the proof is they have it right in their hands.